walk around, but you know, most of them don't have stuff that the people that lived in the houses had in the home.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that run the facility, the docents, reached out to a group that we knew, different people we knew, and they wanted people to come investigate because there had been reports that it was allegedly haunted.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, Catherine and I and another one of our friends, and we were able to go over there just by ourselves and kind of go around the houses and kind of get a feel for what was going on. And you know, Catherine didn't want to hear any of the history of the places, you know, about the people who owned them, and you know, there was stuff going on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was stuff happening. So a few months later, they decide they're going to have an event there, like a paranormal event, where they're going to have people come in and have the opportunity to go through the houses and investigate, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was there, Catherine was there, and she was in one of the houses, and I was in a different one of the houses. And the one I was in was an octagon-shaped house. And the way they explained it was, you know, this was a popular style back in the East Coast in the late 1800s. They would build the octagon-shaped house, and they could open up the windows, and you would get a cross draft, and it would keep it cool during the summer, and it would keep it warm during the winter. But then, as we looked into it later, it was supposedly houses that were favored by spiritualists, and you know, the spiritualist movement at the turn of the century. That supposedly that shape of the house would attract spirits. And anyway, this particular house, I guess, was in Pasadena, and the gentleman who built it, his son lived in the house until he died. Mm-hmm. But he was like a hoarder and, you know, just a recluse, and had trash and everything piled up. What do you see out there, boy?
It's a little birdie.
What is it? Just a bird?
See a bird?
Yeah, came in and he jumped up.
Okay.
So I guess the city made him an offer that, you know, on your death, you know, we'll take care of the house for you and clear up all the mess that you've left with all the hoarding if you'll donate the house, or I don't know how they came into possession of it, but
Sure.
he did, and he gave it to this society, and it was relocated to where it sits there in Pasadena. So we have the investigation that night, and you know, I can't really go into a place and tell you if somebody's there. I mean, she's able to kind of tell if something's there. I can't really tell that as much, but my daughter can. She's a little more sensitive.
Really?
My oldest daughter is like 26 years old. She's able to kind of go and have a little more intuitive feeling, you know, something's going on. So we had a group in there, and they were people from Riverside, and they'd had a little more experience, but this was like a wide variety of people that
Some had never been.
Never investigated. Some people were just curious to see what it was going to be about, wanted to see, you know, oh, am I going to see a ghost? So you had different levels of people. So these people had done that, and we did a little EVP where they did the recording and trying to do those things. And it was, you know, it was pretty quiet, nothing really going on. So you'd have the people in the room, and it was about 10 people in each group, and it was usually about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then they would rotate, and then they would go to the next house, and another group would come in. So the first group goes out, and we're waiting for the next group to come in, and my daughter and I go into the interior of the house where the base of the stairs are, and we're talking, waiting for the next group to come, and I feel like just like this blast of cold air like pass through me. I feel something like punch me in the rear end, or kick, or whatever it was. It just a strike on the butt. And my daughter's purse that she had on her shoulder, I literally see it rip and fall to the ground. Like the strap, leather strap breaks on her purse.
Brand new purse too.
And falls down on the ground. And my daughter like looks up at the stairs and she goes, "There's like 3 of them up there."
Really?
I go, okay. I guess they don't want us here. You know,
They want to play.
They just punched me in the rear end and ripped your purse off your shoulder. So we didn't really say anything. The next group comes in. Nothing happened.
You didn't leave, or
no, we didn't leave because we were supposed to stay.
We had to stay.
We were supposed to
I
stay.
was in the house across the way.
You did that house.
I had
I
a
did
different
that
group
house,
of
yeah.
people.
You had
So
the
then-
octagon house.
Right, at the octagon.
I had the greenhouse.
So then the third group comes in, and as you entered the house, it was like an entranceway and then like a little living room, and then you circle around, and the kitchen is typically toward the rear of the house. And it was a little room with like linoleum floor and everything, and we were trying to keep everybody in there. They didn't want everybody going upstairs. Try to keep everybody in the same area. So we went back in the kitchen area and we started, you know, to do our thing. And all of a sudden we felt like the floor
Oh my God.
started undulating.
Huh.
And
Not
you
an
could-
earthquake.
No.
Not an earthquake.
Everybody
No,
feels it.
and we
Yep,
only
everybody
we
felt
only felt this one other time before,
I've only felt it one other time before.
and it feels like you're standing in the ocean,
it.
Huh.
Really.
up to your knee in water, and it feels like waves, just
What
going.
did those people say?
Well, the one woman was there, and she had her teenage daughter, and the daughter was sitting on the ground, and she could feel it.
Mhm.
My daughter could feel it. I could feel it. I was standing up, and I was like, almost like, you know, like you're
Right.
almost like,
It's like you're standing in the ocean.
it's like you're losing your balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can feel the floor, and it's not like an earthquake shaking.
No.
It's like
Right, the roller.
it's like a,
Yeah.
and it was like a really weird feeling. So we're all kind of remarking about it, and then the next thing I know, the mom gets up and walks into the other part of the house in the rear. Okay, why don't you come back here and join the group? And she's in the corner of the house like this, like right up against the wall,
You're kidding.
stiff as a board, like right in the corner. And I go, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "I really love this house." I go, "I love it too, but why don't you come back in here with the rest of it?" I mean, she's like in the corner like
Oh my
this,
God.
like this,
Yeah.
stiff,
What possessed?
stiff.
What possessed her?
I don't know, but I tell my daughter, "Go get Catherine. Go get Catherine. I don't know what to do. This is a freak out." I'm
God.
like thinking, is she gonna like go batshit crazy
Yeah.
in here? I don't know what's gonna
No,
happen.
you don't know.
Right.
She's clearly not
Not herself.
because her eyes look she just looked like she was like stoned or something.
Yeah.
And I've seen this happen before.
Yeah.
And people, they get like this.
Yeah, they get like catatonic. They're just like,
Yeah.
I mean, literally inches from the wall, like
Oh my God.
right up against it.
And you had to actually pull her away, like
Yeah.
lean back in.
I didn't want to create hysteria. I guess I should have took her out right away, but I didn't want.
You should've.
I didn't really know what to do because I'd never really seen that happen.
You don't believe it until you see it
Yeah,
happen, you know?
I'd heard about that, but I never
I
had
couldn't,
seen that
because I
happen.
had like 30 people in my house.
So I sent my daughter to run and get her. And then in the interim, they sent over a couple other guys, and as it unfolded, the time frame was everyone was leaving the house anyway,
Yeah.
and I kind of lost track of the lady, and she circled back around into the room we were in initially. With
By
the floor,
herself in the dark.
with the floor was undulating, and all of a sudden I hear like a like a blood-curdling scream.
No kidding.
Really?
And I walk in there, and the woman's in the middle of the floor. And I go, "Did you just scream?" And she goes, "No." I go, "Did you just hear somebody scream? Because it sounds like someone's getting murdered." And she's all, "No."
I would
And
have been scared to go back in there.
I go, "Well, it's time to go to the next house." So I like walk her out, and she goes to the other place, and she's fine.
Oh my God.
She's talking and laughing and giggling, and
Oh, she didn't even remember it
she
happened
didn't
to
even
her.
remember what happened to her.
Oh my gosh.
And
Whoa, that's a good one.
but I don't know what happened to her.
And you've seen it before.
We call it a walk-in. And it's when a spirit just like goes inside of a person's body just for like a minute.
They
or
wanted to
2
feel that
minutes.
warm body. There was a recording that we got that came through, and it was like, "This is my house," like grumpy old man, you know. It was weird. So
I was still trying to figure out who spoke to me the other couple weeks ago.
hello, friend.
No, I was sleeping in the spook bedroom back there.
Yeah, I know. Is he still
Did I
around?
tell you that one when you were here before?
Yeah, but I hadn't even heard the story, and I didn't know there was something going on when we were here that one time.
Yeah. Well, I had hand surgery, and I couldn't sleep, so I went back bedroom, and I was dark out, but I'm kind of looking out the window. There's a lot of light around, you know. But I'm telling you, I'm just laying there like this, and in this ear, hi, Barb. I'm like, what the hell? Who was that? Clear as anything. Hi, Barb.
So
Hi.
a disembodied voice in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the name of the guy who killed himself?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
What do you think it is?
Bob?
No.
How many Bobs around here?
That's what I said there was like, that's why I guessed
I
that.
know his
No.
name. His name's Tom.
Tom?
Tom and Dot Haran lived here.
Mhm.
And they were the only other people who lived here.
It's right down there.
But then the guy with the, and then when I had my knee surgery, I was sitting there, and there was a guy looking in the closet, and he had a tweed coat on. It was a tweed jacket.
Not the same gentleman not Tom?
Yeah, it was probably
It
Tom.
was probably,
Might have been him?
he was like,
I think it was
he
him.
was looking up at in the top
That's probably
shelf
where he kept his gun.
of the closet in that room, in the back bedroom. And I just looked at him and I go, what's he getting? You know, and I wasn't afraid of him.
It seems
or
like it's residual and intelligent at the same time if it's talking to her. But it's kind of
But
like repeating what he went through.
I don't
before.
know who, he didn't know me. I never saw him. We bought the house from
Well, I
his
know, but
wife
he knows that you're here now. I mean,
I sort of thought
knew
it
we
was
were
a friend
here.
of mine
he
who
knew
died
we were here
when she
we were
was,
earlier.
but it was like a lady's voice, like a high-pitched
Oh, a lady's
lady's
voice?
voice. Like this friend of mine died when she was 55 of liver cancer.
Do you think it was her,
She's
your
mine.
friend?
I do think it was her.
She never was in this house.
No.
But that doesn't mean anything.
I guess
That's
I'd
a
like to
visitation.
think they can travel to wherever they need to go to, like you said, to visit you and communicate a message if they need to.
I'm on the computer this afternoon. Dad's in the bedroom next to it, where we have our computer. And I said, man, real strong cigarette smell. And I said,
I've smelled
to
it here,
Dad,
too.
do you smell that cigarette smoke? Nobody around, nobody
I
outside
smelled it
was
a couple
smoking.
days ago, remember?
Yeah. And he goes, no. And he even came outside, goes outside. He says, I don't smell any cigarette smoke. I said, well, I think Dick was here again. And that's my brother-in-law who smoked like crazy and died of lung cancer. I don't know who it is. I don't know if this Tom smoked or not. But I mean, it's strong. I've smelled it in here, like right at the door. Just different.
Well, they
things.
know that you guys can perceive that they're there, so they're going to make an effort to try to communicate with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
The TV, I told you about the TV coming on at 2 in the morning.
I remember you telling that
Holy
story.
crap. Bill comes out here, I was like, what the hell? It sounded like a party in here. Woo! It was so loud.
That's weird.
Ripping. Huh?
That's weird that the TV came on.
I've never had a TV come on.
Yeah, that's odd.
And it was off. It was definitely off when I went to bed. Why it would come on in the middle of the night, and when we probably turned it off at, say, 10
Kathy
o'clock.
said she heard what sounded like a gunshot the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she heard a loud noise.
Have you heard anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Probably on the 4th.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, it wasn't
It was
on
before
the floor.
that.
It was a couple of weeks ago.
And it was
yeah.
during the daytime, huh? 'Cause-
No, it was in the middle of the
Oh.
night, but it woke us both up.
We didn't hear it.
Well, you woke up though. Remember, you can
I
figure out
woke
why you
up,
woke up.
but I don't know why I woke up. Yeah, I told you that.
I didn't look and see what time it was though.
No, that was around maybe 2:30.
I can't tell you what time it happened. It was like BAM, and I was like, "What was
Well,
that?"
why isn't he freaked out?
I don't know.
He's all calm about the whole thing.